greatest stuff on the wall, to be honest, but. It's not straight. So I'm Mathys. I'm originally from France. I've been studying in the Netherlands for 3 years now at Leiden University. And yeah, that's me.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe just leave the door open. So yeah, this is the reason why I get subsidies. That's a rule. You need to have a sink and a mailbox.
And it has to be in your room, right?
It has to be in your room, exactly. That's why there's a pointless sink in my room.
Right, right.
So I tried to block the air from coming out here because it was making too much noise when I was recording. So I tried to put a scarf in there,
Okay,
but it kind of fell. So. So I'm Mathys. I'm originally from France. I've been studying in the Netherlands for 3 years now at Leiden University. And yeah, that's me. So I play music. I play the guitar and the piano. I also produce for several of my friends. The pandemic really brought to an end any kind of live music that I was doing before. I was performing a lot with friends and student organizations, but also independent organizations or collectives. But recently, in the past semester, I've started to jam with some friends again. So, I mean, that's a great feeling, you know, to be able to play with some people again. Recently, I've been really inspired by the UK jazz scene. So that includes new artists like Kamal Williams, Alpha Mist, Yusuf Days. I actually went to his concert 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. But also US jazz artists, contemporary jazz artists like Robo Hands or Kiefer, who blends hip hop and jazz. Yeah, I mean, I've been writing a lot as part of my academic work, but recently I've started to write more for my own personal hobbies, as a personal hobby. And yeah, I've been writing for SOB.COLLECTIVE a lot. Wrote a couple articles. I've written for another website called Intensive Research Methods. That's part of my master's, but that's also independent. It's an independent website that's affiliated to the university. So yeah, I was on Facebook one day. I saw this announcement for a room that seemed really nice in the center. And then it redirected me to Camernet, where I got into contact with some of the residents here. And they invited me to what they call the Hospitaire Avond here. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was such a big part of like the Dutch housing culture, but I did go. I was really surprised that events like these existed, but yeah, I made a good impression, I guess, and then I got in. Yeah. The price, honestly, the price is the main thing. It's really cheap. I pay less than 400 euros a month, and I get subsidies. Yeah, aside from that, I mean, it's really it's really central. I'm right next to university. I'm right next to every shop you could imagine. Tram stops as well, bus stops. It's really central. So that's a great point. Well, I guess I wasn't really here when the pandemic started. I was back home in Montpellier. But when I was here, I mean, I think my room is big enough so that I can kind of find a sense of home. And I have my friends around, so I wouldn't say housing was such a struggle when the pandemic started. Well, I think my main coping mechanism was definitely playing music and producing. I find myself sitting at my desk, producing a lot and playing the guitar as well. So yeah, that was my main coping mechanism during that period. So yeah, as I said, I've lived in the same room like throughout my uni years, so I haven't gotten the chance to look for another room or another house. So I mean, I guess it didn't affect me personally, but I have friends who were definitely impacted by this, especially yeah when they were looking for new rooms and encountering this problem with Dutch house owners or landlords that would refuse to have internationals getting their room. So I think, yeah, I mean, it's been challenging for a lot of people, not me personally, and I'm really lucky for that I was able to stay here. Wait, let me think about this. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's something that's really specific to the Netherlands. I don't think I've ever seen this in France, for example. I know my friends, I have some friends who live with internationals. I mean, yeah, I think, no, it doesn't come across as understandable. I also have the Dutch nationality, and I have a Dutch last name as well. So it was also easy for me to play with that when I was looking for a room, although I never grew up in the Netherlands. But I would understand that it comes across as really offensive, yeah, and really xenophobic, actually, in a way, for other people. I mean, yeah, definitely, especially Leiden University, they have such an international campus here in The Hague. And I know they do provide a bit of accommodation, for example, at Eindhovenplein, next to Hollandspoor. But I don't think it's sufficient. It's definitely not sufficient. I know a lot of people who were in their first year who were living in really shitty houses on the outskirts, and were traveling at least 30 minutes every day to university. So yeah, I think it's really not sufficient. I mean, I guess it has to do with providing the right structures, the right support structures to maybe not necessarily provide housing, but also how to navigate the Dutch market and how to navigate websites like Kamernet or Duo, and how to increase your chances of getting housing. It doesn't have to be that they offer you a room straight away. That's not my point, but definitely give some more support. Yeah.
I'll go like this. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Back to work.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
And then sit
I'm
back
not recording yet,
relax.
though. I'm not recording.
I'll sit back and relax.
Excuse you, I'm just testing. I'm not recording.
Okay. Well, the thing is about airplane food is that you never know what you're gonna get.
That's good.
I think I could be a comedian. All right, back to work.
That's beautiful. This is some real shit. Oh my gosh. Excellent. This was.
Oh yes, it's here. Over here. If you come and you look from the other side. Over here.
You're being watched?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he has a live feed from his phone. You can see
Yeah.
it from his iPhone.
I was about to accidentally point the middle finger at Mark. Yes, maybe that'd be.
Need a sheep song. Yeah, because this shit it wasn't like properly.
Like, it's designed for someone skinny like me. You have a lot more muscle
Yeah.
weight than I do.
Yeah, you're a skinny boy.
I have nothing, so I can hang from it easy.
This is a crack house. I love you, but I'm not.
some noise between 11 and 9.
Is that taxidermy?
Oh shit! No, it had a name. We gave it a name.
Why is it, don't
What
want
was
a piece
it?
of taxidermy?
Gilberto? No, it wasn't
no.
Gilberto.
It's going pretty well. A little busy, been doing some job stuff. Went to Den Bosch to interview some people that plant potatoes, which was really interesting. And yeah, and I went with my family, saw my mum, so that was nice. Christmas time. How do I get with stress? Honestly, I don't really get stressed at all. I think I'm not really a stressful guy. I think I'm a big procrastinator, so I don't really tend to, I kind of just justify in my head that I'll be okay. And I usually am. So, yeah. My take on the current housing prices. I feel like in the housing crises. My take on the crises? My take on the housing crises. On the house crisis, that yeah, it sucks. So many people I know, like students of mine, can't find a house or can't find something affordable. And certainly for internationals, the people that rent the places here, they don't really like internationals, really. Yeah. So yeah, it can be quite hard for what I've heard from my friends, at least. I think, yeah, landlords definitely have a certain bias towards international students. I feel like, because, it does make sense, certainly when it comes to rent, they might think that they won't pay up. So they'll give them some ridiculous, reasonings. Oh, yeah, you have to put down a 6 months rent, or you have to have at least 30K in the bank to rent stuff. And that's just stupid, really. But, yeah, they're trying to protect themselves, but I think it's not good for the people that want to just, live here. How hard it was to get this place? Yeah. I got really lucky. I got this place via a friend. So, and he was a really kind friend. He lived. Right. Yeah, I actually don't pay rent here at all. Yes, because I found friends and even, dare I say it, family here. So yeah, it was exactly what I was looking for. I didn't know that I needed it, but I got it. So yeah. Yeah, well, interesting enough, according to the stats, we live in the Schildersbuurt, and that is technically the unsafest area in the whole of Netherlands. So I should be really scared, but actually I like the people here. I think what they mean with unsafe could be translated, they mean foreign. Foreign people live here, that's why it's unsafe, yeah. I'm also a foreigner, as you can see. Yeah, I'm from England. One word, house parties. People just drink inside. That's basically how it is. I think, yeah, the club scene disappears basically. I haven't really gone out in the past 1 year, 2 years, and I've been lucky to have a lot of house parties. I've had my fun, as you know. I've had my fun. No. Do I feel like my university does enough for its students? Short answer, no. I think there are definitely things that they could do better, and I think maybe just some clear initiatives when it comes to new international students that come here from all around the world and just can't find housing. I know friends of mine have come here from Asia and had to go back because they didn't find a house. So I think they could do stuff like that better instead of refurbishing the canteen. What this city has taught me to be tough. Taught me to be always. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea what it's taught me. I think it taught me that it has a vibrant and amazing international community that I didn't really experience being here in the Netherlands before. So that's what it kind of taught me, that there's people from different ways, walks of life, and it's beautiful. Certainly if you get to know them. Well, some of the new music I've been listening to is a guy called Bakar. He has a song called Hell and Back. It's a banger. And also another artist I like is a guy called Joe. He's the guy that's played, Joe Keery plays in Stranger Things. He plays Steve. And he has an album called 2020, and the song Roadie, it's psychedelic, it's cool, it's a banger. Actually, my friend, my Slovak friend, Adam Arandarchik, showed it to me, so I was happy. my life is art in itself. Like the interactions I have with people, the inspiration I bring to them, and I also do enjoy a little bit of music production. I can show you some beats after this, and I think that, and I play a little guitar, but I have to get better. But that's the art I make.